interesting times. This week's stories. U.S. premiere of the Iglesia Ni Cristo Oratorio concert receives a standing ovation. Parents of the INC Oratorio composer and conductor are humbled by their son's accomplishment. INC Oratorio soloists put the spotlight on the concert message, not on themselves. Filipino-Canadian filmmakers are one of those recognized at the Vancouver International Film Festival. Plus, shoe lovers get a kick at the Vancouver Sneaker Show. Hello everyone, I am Lynn Pence bringing you stories from around the globe. And this is Eagle News, Washington, D.C. Weekend Edition.
To play a wrong note is insignificant. To play without passion is inexcusable.
Music should strike fire from the heart of man and bring tears from the eyes of woman.
These are just a few quotes from German composer Ludwig van Beethoven, known to be the strongest musical figure in the transitional period between the classical and romantic eras.
Beethoven happens to be one of the inspirations of Filipino composer Rod Ramos. Tonight's conductor for the Iglesia Ni Cristo produced oratorio concert entitled Ang Iglesia Ni Cristo sa mga huling araw, or The Church of Christ in These Last Days.
And Felix Y. Manalo, the messenger of God in these last days.
Tonight's musicians and soloists have come from across the United States and around the globe for the U.S. premiere of the oratorio performance.
The doors of David Geffen Hall opened to an eager audience.
And to say that expectations were great is an understatement.
I'm expecting a great program. I think it's amazing that people from all over the world involved in the church are going to be here in New York City. And I think it brings everybody together.
I'm really excited. I know it's going to be a very uplifting and inspirational oratorio. Oratorios by nature are very inspirational. And especially when it deals with the Iglesia Ni Cristo, it's really going to be exciting.
The performance received a full house standing ovation.
From the first downbeat to the conductor's final bow, every note contributed to a perfect night.
My expectations have been exceeded. Two of them, one after the other, perform in this manner. Just majestic, just wonderful. You have to have the marvelous singers. You have to have the great composer doing the majestic compositions. You have to have the great musicians playing together, producing the sound according to those compositions. When things come together, then there must be the greater of the great conductors doing it.
Let us end this lovely evening with a quote not from Beethoven, but this time from composer and conductor of tonight's oratorio concert, Brother Rod Ramos.
Conductor Ramos said, and I quote, "In the end, whatever it is being presented, and wherever it may be, it still has to be as perfect and as powerful if it is for God." Reporting from the INC Oratorio concert here in New York, I'm Rod De La Paz.
And I am Jennifer Collington. Thank you for joining us. We are
One with 25.
Thanks, Jennifer and Rod. Proud and humbled, that's how Roger and Letitia Ramos feel about their son, Rod Ramos, on his recent accomplishment in leading the U.S. premiere of the INC-produced oratorio concert. Take a look.
Truthfully, I didn't know the depth of all this whole thing, you know. I know that Lincoln Center is where they usually hold big concerts, and I wasn't really expecting much, but when I saw the brethren, everyone was so excited, and of course with the first prayer you could feel already the Holy Spirit.
The good Lord had a way of allowing the members to witness, the triumphs and the victory of the church that is being bestowed by God, not only through His words but also through music, and not only to witness but also to feel the triumphs and victories that God is bestowing the church in these last days. It's just humbling that He used our son as an instrument to be able to do this. And when he was performing, can't help but be emotional, especially the part where the history of the church is starting from its humble beginnings. I can't help to be so emotional. So it would be a mistake to think that this is the work of a mere human being. It's really God's work. Really, really God's work.
More on the oratorio when we come back. INC oratorio soloists put the spotlight on the concert message, not on themselves. Eagle News Washington, D.C. Weekend Edition will return in a moment.
Hi guys, I'm Ariel.
And I'm Kenneth. And we're your new hosts for The Break Room.
So please watch us every Monday at 7:30 to 8 in the evening. We are one with 25.
Know the latest news and information here and abroad. In Aguila, Balita. Track the latest happenings in the provinces in Aguila, Provincia. Be aware of important events in Asia, in ASEAN in Focus, and be updated in the biggest news around the world in Eagle News International. Tune into Mata ng Agila and get the day's headlines and news that are sharp, accurate, and objective. Only here at Net 25.
Hi everyone, I'm Nicole Tongo, your ABC Las Vegas correspondent, reminding you that we should view every day as a new day. We should not let the troubles of the past hinder us in moving forward in life. And don't forget to watch Digital Nest on Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. only on Net 25. Again, I am Nicole Tongo and I am one with 25.
Letters and Music, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, 1:00 hanggang 2:00 ng hapon.
Welcome back. You are watching Eagle News, Washington, D.C. Weekend Edition. Singing with the orchestra and the choir behind them, soloists are individual musicians featured during a concerto. But for the INC oratorio soloists, the show is not about them. It's all about the message of the pieces they are singing. Here's more.
The 8 chosen soloists admit to the huge challenge put before them in practicing and preparing for this tremendous event. The experience turned out to be one of the most humbling and unforgettable experiences in their lives.
Overwhelming. It was very overwhelming.
A very humbling feeling to see everybody again and perform with them again. And it's a beautiful, beautiful piece in production.
Humbling is really probably the best term to use in terms of this experience.
You know, like, you ask yourself, like, what did I do to ever deserve this opportunity? Out of all people, there's so many other people that have very beautiful voices, or professional, skilled, better status. There are so many possibilities and so many other things that could have happened, but like being able to be chosen to do something like this, it's very humbling.
I was shocked, honestly, because there's so many people out there. I guess it's a blessing and it's a responsibility too.
Sobrang natutuwa po kami sa panig po namin ng mga napili po, dahil kami po yung napili na maulit po itong oratorio na to, Centennial and FYM. Malaking bagay po ito sa amin. Una, dahil ngayon lang po kami nakapunta po dito sa Amerika. And pangalawa po, gusto naming i-share po yung oratorio sa mga kapatid.
Bali, sa pagkawit ko po, dito, naisa-share ko po yung talent na bigay po natin, Panginoon Diyos, sa pagtupad po, na yun naman po ay para po makapagbigay ko po rin po sa ating Panginoon Diyos.
And I've never thought that one day I'll be in the US. I always see US on TV. Never thought that one day our visa thing wasn't easy, and I even had that in my mind, but I don't think I'm going there. I'll be there. But by the grace of God, I'm here. I'm so excited. I'm happy to be here.
With the countless hours of practicing and the great journey it took to accomplish the final product, their expectation for many people is to receive the great love that was put into creating the pieces.
The beauty of being able to feel His grace, and hopefully, like whoever attends there, they'll be able to feel the love that like went into preparing for this, and not only the love, but like to feel edified for guests that are coming, for them to become curious and want to know more about it, for brethren that are attending, for them to feel even more conviction to continue and keep their election.
When we come back, Filipino-Canadian filmmakers are recognized at the Vancouver International Film Festival. Plus, shoe lovers get a kick at the Vancouver Sneaker Show. Eagle News Washington, D.C. Weekend Edition will return shortly.
Events happen around us all the time, in our community, in our country, around the world. Events that affect people, move communities, or simply inspire us. Interesting events that people need to know. In these interesting times, we continue to be a competent partner in delivering news about these events. Fast, accurate, balanced. Eagle News, because we live in interesting times. As Eagle Broadcasting Corporation marks its 50th year, it is conducting several activities under the theme EBC Cares, enabling a better community. Health and nutrition are key factors on child's learning and well-being. EBC's feeding program encourages the community to combat malnutrition among children and ensure them a healthy future. EBC's cleanup drive and citronella planting hopes to help the community in caring for environment and preventing diseases such as dengue. EBC's public service program, Paglilingkod sa Bayan, Serbisyo para sa Mamamayan, has opened its doors to government agencies so more people can avail of these services. EBC's blood donation program and medical mission continue to spearhead life-saving projects, and EBC's livelihood seminar teaches and guides those who want to have additional income and business. EBC Cares, serving the people in these interesting times.
ASEAN in Focus, Monday to Friday, 2 to 2:30 p.m.
This is Eagle News, Washington, D.C. Weekend Edition. I am Lynn Pence. The Vancouver International Film Festival recognizes movies by the Filipino-Canadian filmmakers among this year's featured films. Kathleen Cruz reports.
Eagle News is here tonight for the BC Spotlight Gala and Awards for the Vancouver International Film Festival. Join us as we get to know the stars and filmmakers of this year's entries. Vancouver International Film Festival is one of the most anticipated events in the film industry here in Vancouver, Canada. The festival pays big homage to Canadian films and documentaries. Vancouver, being known for its diversity, also offers a large selection of international films.
Well, it's a large audience. It's about 130,000 people a year, admissions a year, and I think it's an audience that really reflects the diversity of the city as well. So we do have a very large section of East Asian programming, one of the largest sections of such things in the world outside of East Asia. We have a large section of Canadian programming and a large documentary section as well. And I think when combined with feature films, I think from over 55 or 60 countries, it really does allow the various communities of Vancouver to come together and celebrate and share storytelling on screen.
Filipino-Canadian filmmakers are also featured at the event. Kathleen Jaime for her documentary Finding the Big Country, and Sean Devlin for the film When the Storm Fades.
My film is Finding Big Country, and it's about my childhood dream to play in the NBA. That didn't work out, so my new dream is to become a filmmaker and be the first person to interview and find Big Country Bryant Reeves, who was the first Vancouver's first ever draft pick here in 1995. I've always wanted to tell the story of the Vancouver Grizzlies and the story of Bryant Reeves, and when I was doing my research I found that he was the only guy that no one in Vancouver or elsewhere had been able to track down. Basketball is the #1 sport in the Philippines, and I grew up knowing that and very proud of that, and I've been playing basketball since I was 5. And so, my grandfather was the youngest director in the Philippines, so everyone says that filmmaking is in my blood. So I would love to bring this film to the Philippines. So I'm hoping to bring it to Manila soon so that family there can watch it as well.
Meanwhile, the docudrama by Filipino-Canadian Sean Devlin, When the Storm Fades, reenacts the experiences of a Filipino family brought by Super Typhoon Yolanda in 2013.
The film I made, When the Storm Fades, we worked on it for 4 years on the island of Leyte. We worked with Typhoon Yolanda survivors who were not actors. They were reenacting some of their experiences after the storm. And we also brought Canadian actors who played aid workers, fictional aid workers. And so this film is really about the impacts of climate change in the Philippines and the role of Canadians in Canada and the West in what they can do about that. My inspiration was seeing the impact of Typhoon Yolanda when it happened. Again, this is where my mother is from, and I made a short documentary there with an alliance called the People's Surge, a group of storm survivors. And so when I understood what people are experiencing there after that storm, I really wanted to make a feature film about this.
Creating a film that aims to show the effects of climate change based on true events, Sean Devlin was awarded at the Gala Awards night for the Emerging Canadian Director, presented by Directors Guild of Canada. Right after the award ceremony is the world premiere of the film Anthem of the Teenage Prophet, directed by Robin Hayes, the film adaptation of the award-winning novel from Joanne Proulx. Here is Cameron Monaghan, the lead actor in the film.
It's about this teenager who doesn't know what to do with his life. He's struggling. He's like a skateboarder and kind of a slacker. And he realizes that he can see people's deaths before they happen. And the first time that happens is with his best friend. So his best friend dies at the beginning of the movie, and he's dealing with the fallout from that and trying to cope with the loss.
Thank you for joining us from the red carpet here in Vancouver International Film Festival. I am Kathleen Cruz. I am 1 with 25.
Thanks, Kathleen. From movies, let's try it on to shoes. Shoe lovers get a kick at the recently held Vancouver sneaker show. Jason Manoy reports.
All eyes are on the Vancouver Convention Center for the ultimate sneaker show. This convention is called the premier sneaker event for all sneaker lovers and enthusiasts because thousands of shoes and hundreds of vendors are showcasing the classics and the latest in stylish footwear. Whether you're a hypebeast, sneakerhead, or a sneaker collector, the Ultimate Sneaker Show has it all. Some vendors have pairs with the craziest and most unique designs, while others had collectors drooling over the rarest sneakers on display. But don't think just because there are thousands of silhouettes here, you'll be coming out with a new pair of sneakers. These price tags can range into the thousands. While most vendors had classic displays of their sneakers on sale, some had unique stories behind their showcase.
I'm here to promote my book and my artwork. The book's called Project MJ23. It's 23 Michael Jordan paintings, and each one's described in a rhyme that I wrote.
Ever since I was a kid, I mean, they might not be the most popular ones, but when I was a kid, these are the first shoes I ever wanted. And as I got older, these are the first shoes I've ever picked up with my own money. So these are the most iconic shoes for me.
Another vendor decided to put the artwork on the shoe themselves.
It's a really popular release. You love it, but you just can't get your hands on it. It's nice to be able to make your own. And not only that, I feel like you can really express yourself in a unique way, right? Like if there's something about you want to bring out, or maybe a certain team that you're really into, why not make some sneakers that are like just for you?
Sneaker fans also made their way to the convention center to trade, buy, and enjoy the friendly atmosphere.
Honestly, I just love the culture in Vancouver. I'm a fan of sneakers. Can't ever get enough of sneakers. So I thought this is a good place to see how the local community is mingling and see if I can sell a couple of pairs, maybe swap some out.
Although the Vancouver sneaker community is still growing, the pace it's growing at is very encouraging for longtime fans. Vancouverites believe it won't be long until Vancouver catches up to the big cities in the east.
It's a big community and really friendly people, really tight-knit community where people are always willing to help each other out, which is it's really awesome. I think Vancouver has a lot more hype with clothing than in shoes per se, but it's gotten bigger in the last 3 years, that's for sure.
Oh, we absolutely love the scene in Vancouver. This is our third year. I personally love Vancouver. I mean, the scene out here is really booming or thriving. It's a lot similar to Toronto or Montreal, some of the bigger cities in Canada. So I say Vancouver is right there with Toronto in terms of being one of the biggest sneaker cities in the country.
So whether someone appreciating the latest designs or just grateful that old school classics are being re-released, this sneaker showcase is for you. From the Vancouver Convention Center, I'm Jason Manawis, 1 with 25.
Thanks, Jason. That is today's Eagle News Washington, D.C. Weekend Edition. Join us again next week for stories from our bureaus across the nation and around the globe. Visit our website at eaglenews.ph and eaglenewslive.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/eaglenewsph. Thank you for watching. I am Lynn Pence, and I am 1 with 25.